Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, friends. Wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in to our live stream or the replay, this is Yonks with REtoken, the real estate DAO. And tonight we are building Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. And this is something that's super excited. This is now our fourth working group here. If you missed it, we've got our replays on whatever channel that you're tuning into here. So we've got a lot of things to cover tonight. And join with me tonight, we've got Amy and Tyler, Mrs. Yonks. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks, it's good to be here.
And this is our Notion page. This is where we're keeping track of all the things. Notion is a newer tool that we're using here at REtoken, the real estate DAO. And this is one of the benefits of integrating into the Triple Win Foundation, which is currently underway. And let me make this a little bit bigger so that everybody can see it here. And I'm going to get added our participants on tonight's working group here real quick. And just doing this on my other screen over here, and I'll refresh that. And that's one of the things that working on getting better at is, and this is still a feature request that I'm wanting to make with Notion, is that they enable a live streaming mode. And there's the participants that I just added. And I think I've got the agenda for anybody following along in the description on the YouTube. And I was actually going to take a look here too. I'm going to enable streamer mode on Discord in case we want to do anything with Discord. So I'm going to bring that into my window here. So this is our live stream channel on the REtoken DAO Discord server. And here again, I'll just throw this in there since I'm talking about it on the live stream right now. And link to agenda. So Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate, we are taking what we learned. It was literally 1 month ago today. This is March 22nd. And thank you again to Mrs. Yonks. She is absolutely my superpower. She did most of the heavy lifting, in my opinion, for delivering an absolutely fabulous virtual event where we proclaimed International DAO Day on February the 22nd. We delivered that through Token Summit DAO, which is a sister DAO within the Triple Win Foundation. Not going to talk about that here right now. Just wanted to provide a little bit of backstory. Literally 1 month ago today, Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate wasn't on the radar. We're on our roadmap. And really just taking everything that we've been learning here, and one of the things that we have identified from a need and opportunity standpoint is education. And a little over a week ago, I was down in Miami at Proppy's Crypto and Real Estate Summit. And that sounds like an event that they're going to have once a year. Is an absolutely fabulous event, made lots of connections, and looking forward to having more conversations with Proppy and learning more as far as the way that they're using NFTs, and they're also doing some neat stuff with the metaverse. But anyway, let's get over here on our agenda for today. So taking a look here at our agenda for tonight, and this is something that we talked a little bit earlier about, and I think that we talked a little bit about this on our previous working group, was here we're really looking at we are implementing an affiliate program, and it's a very generous affiliate program. So for those that may or may not be familiar, an affiliate is basically like a sales commission for the selling of a ticket. And this Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate is going to be a ticketed event. And I really think it's unlike any other ticketed event that you've seen before, because unlike a lot of other ticketed events that you have that one-time opportunity to obtain some information, this is actually going to be a one-year membership, and we're going to be delivering that one-year membership via an NFT. And depending on time permitting tonight, we might actually play around. I'm not really good at the graphic design stuff myself, but I can whack some things together. And that's one of the things that's very fabulous about the NFT tickets, is that we can change that later if we want to. But anyway, the thing again that differentiates us besides the NFT is that this ticket that you're going to be acquiring is basically like a one-year membership for this blockchain bootcamp for real estate, because as you probably are aware, the space changes very quickly. And what do I mean by that? So it just changes very quickly, and it's really hard to summarize that in a short period of time. But what this NFT membership will provide is an opportunity for you to plug in within that year as often as that you want. This blockchain bootcamp is going to be a monthly event. And that's one of the things that we'll take a look at here momentarily, is the seasons for this blockchain bootcamp. So anyway, the affiliate program, we're providing a 50% affiliate program. And one of the things, do you think that I should actually, Tyler, share the Yonks team goals for the ticket sales?
Yeah, sure.
All right, well, let me see if I've got a link to that. I might have to throw it in here real quick. I might be able to do a search. Let me try this. No, actually, I've got to bring it up because this is, I think that I've got that access behind a, so it looks like Amy is coming back. I'm glad that Amy is coming back here to catch this. So what we were just getting ready to show here, Amy, was
I had a phone call come in. I didn't realize he'll cut off Zoom, so sorry.
No worries. So what I was wanting to show here is the Yonks team goal for this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. And one of the reasons that want to do this is really showcase what we believe is an opportunity. And I think that and this here is based on an average affiliate revenue of $30 each. We don't know what that will be. We do have a student ticket in here where we're requesting anybody that registers with that to have an EDU email address. But this is one of the things that we're putting forward. And the fun thing about this number is it's not an arbitrary number. So here for season 1, we are delivering Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate 101 on April 23rd. So for 23-22. So basically the ticket sales is just the month and the day. So on season 2, and this was something that I was looking at here earlier, I actually created a table here real quick. Let me open this as a page real quick so you can see this. Because this is the seasons that we've got laid out, but this is one of the things, and we'll be talking more about our affiliate program. We are still in the preliminary development phases of this. We're really looking at implementing a webinar marketing strategy. And again, kudos to Mrs. Yonks. She facilitated the community call last week, where the majority of the efforts from that were refining and getting our slide deck dialed in. And that's one of the things that we will work on continually improving. But this is one of the things that, again, we're very excited about as far as the affiliate program. We'll be talking about the affiliate program. And that's one of the things, too, that we have really worked on. Some initial framework anyway, and it's going to be an ongoing work in progress as far as the affiliate program. And let me see if I've got a link to that here real quick. Let me see, search for affiliate.
Yeah, I put some stuff in there on a page.
Yeah, and I think it's over here. Let me just bounce to the main page real quick. So affiliate program process. And again, this is very preliminary. So the first step, buy a ticket, tell Mrs. Yonks that you want to be an affiliate. And this is, again, something that we're working on getting automated. And that's probably a good segue right here is to actually take a look at the next thing on our agenda, which was our ClickFunnels affiliate. ClickFunnels, for those that may or may not be familiar, they have a fabulous, easier to build process for creating a funnel, and that's a sales funnel. So what this looks like, and this is one of the things that we want to create some documentation surrounding, is the onboarding process. So like the first thing is that we're wanting to do a webinar. That's going to be like a 30-minute where, 20 minutes of that or so is going to be us pitching our blockchain bootcamp for real estate. And then the last 10 minutes we've got sliced for the audience to ask any questions. And so we're really looking to create a sales funnel where that we can pay for advertising for people that are interested in blockchain or people that are interested in real estate. And to summarize, there's really three people or three buckets, three avatars, three profiles, customer profiles, whatever that you want to conceptualize that we're looking to build this bootcamp for. First of all is for real estate professionals. We really believe that the opportunity, and I'm not going to talk about that. That's one of the things that you need to watch the webinar for. The reason that I wanted to bring this up right now is this is one of the things that we're wanting to evaluate. And this is something that we spoke about at our previous, like right now, the other tool that we're evaluating. And let me actually bring open our tools. So we've got a page here in, let me see if it shows up here. I don't know if it did. I'll go to the main page real quick. So one of the pages that we've got here is a tools stack, and this is where that we're tracking tools that we are using. And this is, we just added ClickFunnels here. And this is, again, we're evaluating a lot of tools right now because we're implementing a lot of stuff here for this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. So ActiveCampaign is the other tool that we're evaluating along with MailChimp. We're really spending more efforts right now on ActiveCampaign. And the decision that we need to make is whether we use ActiveCampaign for the sales funnel process or ClickFunnels. And I really think, I personally prefer to typically look at best in class tools for the job. And not only that, but the value proposition too is the community surrounding that. And this is one of the things that I'm going to just share here real quick with everybody is this is something that I'm planning on attending coming up here. It's literally the day before, well, a couple days before, and this is a 3-day virtual event, the 2Comma Club. And 2Commas, for those that may not know, that's basically $1 million in sales through a ClickFunnel where you obtain that designation. So that's something that, an event that I'm personally planning on attending, wanting to get really good at marketing. Because one of the things that we've seen is the opportunity to better position. We're very confident that the value proposition of what we're going to be providing in our blockchain bootcamp for real estate, and we're looking at doing this at a sub $100 price point with the 1-year membership. And when you break it down, that's less than $10 a month for somebody to have access to the most up-to-date information as far as 3 buckets again, the real estate professionals, real estate investors, and that's for people that may currently be real estate investors or people that are interested in becoming a real estate investor, because one of the value propositions that blockchain technology provides is reducing the barriers of entry for people to own real estate. When we say reducing the barriers of entry, we're talking about being able to own real estate for $100 or less as far as a reduced barrier of entry. And then the last bucket, and this is something that we're very passionate about, is really helping renters become owners. So anyway, going back to the tool stack, one of the things that we're wanting to do tonight is implement the trial program for ClickFunnels here. And I don't know what that process looks like. We've been a ClickFunnels customer before, and we've done, what was that thing that we did one funnel away, Tyler?
Yeah, we did too. So we went to a conference where we bought a 1-year membership to the Premier program that was $300 a month. And then Jason also got a ticket to go to this conference called Funnel Hacking Live. We didn't actually end up doing much with the membership at the time, but he got a ton of content out of Funnel Hacking Live. And this has been kind of brewing for the last couple of years with us. One Funnel Away is a different program. It's $100, and it is basically this whole idea of you are just one funnel away from success in whatever your product or service is. And the interesting thing about One Funnel Away is you think about 30 days, you're like, okay, it's a webinar once a day. It's a really intense program. We actually did it twice, and we had a hard time keeping up because there's just so much content and there's homework. And I mean, he's setting you up for success. It's a ton of value for $100, but it's definitely a commitment. It's not something that you can really do casually. So we have both been through it. I don't think either of us actually got through the end of it, but the content was so intense that I know that now that we've got a great product that's ready to sell, that it would probably be worth doing again. And Amy, I don't know if you want to do it too, but that's the whole thought on this affiliate program was we all have different communities. Dax, Julie, Rosetta, Teresa, Boopster, everybody on the team has different communities. So we wanted to tell people what we're doing and let you guys set up your own funnels if you want to. And if you don't. And if you want to just kind of build this out as your own sub business as a partner with REtoken, then we want to make that available. So that's kind of what we're doing with One Funnel Away. Jason and I are planning on going through it again. And I don't know that we'd be able to get through it in time for this boot camp, but definitely for next month. We might be able to make it in for this month, so we'd see. But that's what One Funnel Away is and kind of the whole thing.
And again, this is a component of our webinar marketing strategy. That's really where we believe that this would be the value proposition, is enabling us to scale up. And I don't know what the numbers are actually going to look like. And based upon my belief is, I believe we send 5 people through our webinar, which is going to be called Introducing Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. So again, that's like a 20-minute, slide deck as far as all the value that we're going to be delivering in this Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate 101, which is probably going to be anywhere from a 4 to 8 hour boot camp. And probably the sweet spot that we're thinking of is 6 hours. And again, that's something that we're going to be delivering on a monthly basis. But anyway, one of the things that I just did right here, but in my other window, is I enabled our 14-day trial period here for Triple Win Foundation. And that's one of the things that it looks like they want a credit card as far as starting the trial. And it looks like that it will be $297 a month for the premium one. And they have 2 tiers of that. I'm not going to go into the details here because, again, this is a 14-day trial that we're looking at. And I don't know what all is included in the 14-day trial. I'm pretty much expecting the opportunity for this to be a full open opportunity, because I think that that's what the situation is with Active Campaign, where we're also under a 14-day trial period. And Active Campaign, again, looking at our tool stack page over here on our Confluent or our Notion, is Active Campaign. We've really got that as for email marketing and CRM. And this is something that we spoke about on our previous working group. And it's something that we'll probably talk a little bit about on our upcoming working group on Sunday. We have our weekly reoccurring working group on Sunday at 3 o'clock for Triple Win Foundation. So anyway, do you have any questions on that, Amy? And I saw that Rosetta just joined. Welcome, Rosetta.
Thank you so much. It took me a while to find you guys.
And this is one of the things that we're working on getting better at, putting some tools in place so that we can more effectively communicate and make the ease of communicating for everybody easier. So we're getting better at that, and we will continue to get better here in 2022.
Yeah, I think you had another one earlier that I missed. I know I signed up for it, but
We've been putting out a lot. So this is actually a big flaw that Jason and I have, which is we're moving so fast. We don't always get stuff scheduled in advance. So we are going to work really hard at getting Google Calendar plus Sash, plus the meetup groups and all of it up to date. And get that all going, hopefully a week or two in advance, as much as we can. That's a big goal for us.
Yeah, that was the one that was on earlier today, and this was the first one that we did. It was in office hours with Tyler and myself, and it was more of a casual conversation. That's where we actually implemented the Bluevine checking account there on Discord, and this was something that we did make some agenda here. If you want to take a look, let me throw the link in there real quick for everybody, was the office hours. And just to recap that, this was the stuff that we covered during the office hours was, since I didn't cover it on the office hours, let me actually do that here, because this is another tool that we're actually evaluating here, is cal.com, and I'll provide a link on the Zoom so that you all can see. So for those that are familiar with Calendly, this is something similar to Calendly, but this has Web3 opportunities in it. So this is a link to my, and when I say Web3 opportunities, like for example, if we wanted to create an opportunity for our bootcamp, our blockchain bootcamp for real estate alums to book time on our calendars, then using the NFT, and I'm not completely sure if it allows ERC 721, and that's the NFT that we're using to represent the membership. But anyway, that's something that they've rolled out. And I was actually earlier today on a live stream, or it wasn't actually a live stream, it was a Zoom alternative to that has Web3 capabilities. And I'll provide a link on here, and I'll do that on the live stream for everybody so that everybody can see that too. So this is a Web3 Zoom alternative solution that we should explore here soon. And it doesn't really fit the needs right now because it doesn't fulfill the live streaming capabilities, but I gave some really solid feedback to the co-founder and one of their lead devs during a huddle this morning. And the reason that it kind of showed up on my radar here today was when I was looking at doing the cal.com as far as booking my calendar. Here's what that looks like. I'll just show everybody. I mean, I've got the cal.com/yonks, and it's pretty open right now. So if anybody that wants to ping me for 15 or 30 minutes, and this is something, if it gets out of control, then I'll adjust that. But this is a tool that I've been looking at. Mrs. Yonks has been using Calendly, and I asked her to take a look at this because one of the things that's pretty neat about this is that it also has team capabilities. So check this out here. Here's the team for REtoken DAO. I'll throw the link in here and on our live stream. And then also I created a team page for 3Win DAO as well. And this is, again, something that we can look at using. And that's one of the things that we're really wanting as a part of our marketing strategy here. And I'm glad that Amy and Rosetta are on. Tennessee is one of the states that we've shortlisted, and maybe we should just create that soft check here now. I mean, we've been talking about it. I'll think about that. If somebody wants to do some talking, I might think about that. But what are your thoughts on creating the? And I see Ernest. Welcome, Ernest. Thanks for saying hi on the live stream. Got to tell you, man, this blockchain for bootcamp for real estate, we are so excited about. Oh, and one of the other things too, we're going to create a live stream here, and this is something else that we're going to get on the calendar. We were talking about the calendar, but I'm going to have one of the co-founders or the primary contributors for GM.xyz. GM.xyz is a Web3 community platform. Like, here is my own profile on GM.xyz. And this is something that showed up on my radar through Bankless DAO and like the Bankless DAO communities here. And the one that we've got a request in for a community request right now is the affordable housing. So anybody that is passionate about, go ahead, Tyler.
I was going to say, while we're doing this, if you guys are in front of laptops or otherwise easy to log into your wallets, if you can go to gm.xyz and upvote us, the way that it works is once you get 25 upvotes, you have a community. So I think we've got like 7 or 8 right now. I would love to just have everybody just do that. You're not committing to anything. All you're saying is this community should exist. So go to gm.xyz, connect your wallet, and then just upvote affordable housing is our community.
So sign in with Ethereum first or join community first?
Yeah, so that's one of the things I was getting ready to say, Rosetta, is one of the things I love about Web3. Like, I'm right now on the REtoken DAO hot wallet. So you just click on the sign in with Ethereum, log in with MetaMask, and then it'll bring up the little thing. And this is, of course, if you're using MetaMask, that's one of the things that we found the easiest. So you just sign that, and that's how fabulously easy it is to create an account. So like over here, now that we created the account, we can go to the profile for REtoken DAO.eth, and we can actually edit our profile here. Let's upload the logo, and we'll do a little bit of branding. That's how easy all of this stuff is. So I just happen to have it. I just happened to refresh this with the slightly revamped REtoken DAO logo. Did some slight coloration changes, and then we're going to upload the banner. This was a banner that came in through a DWork bounty, and let me see where those are at. I think it might be under media here. There we are, and I'll just use this Discord one here. And there's our banner. Let me see if I can make it a little bit. And I'm going to try a different one. I think it looks better centered. So we'll just put it centered right here like that. All right, so I'll put a description in later, and I'll put in just our Twitter for right now. Twitter.com/. And this is one of the things that was potentially going to have a conversation about tonight that I don't even know if it's on our agenda. But one of the things that I've been thinking about using is Linktree, because one of the things that we've spoken about that we're still not doing on a consistent basis is Clubhouse and or Twitter Spaces. I know that real estate Clubhouse rooms abound, and the opportunity for us to very regularly create a Clubhouse room. And then one of the things that makes the Clubhouse experience better is having an easy to control link landing page like Linktree. So anyway, we just completed that. I mean, that's how easy it was to set up our profile here on gm.xyz. Put it on your calendar. Let me actually see. And this is one of the things that I'll actually add right now, because I do have a conversation, and this is something that we're going to do on a live stream with fonz.eth from gm.xyz, and that looks like 4:30, and I'm going to put that on the Triple Win Foundation calendar now. So this will be a great opportunity to catch up with on a live stream. And let's see, so this is only going to be a half an hour, and this is live stream. We'll do YouTube live stream. And this is gm.xyz YouTube live stream, AMA, using this Web3 social platform. And what is gm.xyz? So the reason that I'm so excited about gm.xyz is because we've been looking for a while for an easier to utilize community platform that's not Discord. And we spoke about that on our working group on Sunday. We'll talk about it again on our community call tomorrow at 7 o'clock here, 7 Eastern time. And then the gm.xyz, and I'm going to make this a slightly different color here, just because I can. It doesn't show up when you're on the shared calendar, but it makes it a little easier to see here. I'll make it a nice blue color. So that will be a fun conversation, and we'll get to play around with this a little bit potentially, but I don't know if we'll get the upvotes, because it does have the 3 or 25 community requests or upvotes to get that. So should we go ahead and make the community request right now? What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it won't take that long. So
And Brooke is screaming in approval, so there's that too.
She's excited about having REtoken, the real estate DAO community, on gm.xyz. So the way that we do the community request is with this template. And this is one of the things too that we're looking at utilizing, because this also provides support for a private community. So earlier, like on Sunday, we were having our investment club. Our investment club is going to be a private investment club. So this is one that, like our investment club, is one that we would use a private community for. But REtoken, we build in public with REtoken. So let me go ahead and go to this community here real quick, and let's see, all topics. I don't know if we have to, so here, and the title is going to be REtoken, the real estate DAO. I'm going to get this over here on our copy and paste right here, like this, and paste that in there. And then the name is REtoken DAO, just like on our social media. And then let me copy and paste our, I think I updated it on, let me see if it was on DWork that I updated the description. We Biddle Passive Income with Real Estate Ownership for Everyone, part of 3-Win DAO community operated via REtoken. That sounds good. I'll put that in there. And this is one of the things I'm going to put in here, part of 3win.eth. I don't think that I've got that profile created yet. Community owned and operated. Title. Let's see what it wants for titles. So the one that I just did recently was affordable housing, and I'll just put the same thing in here, just copy and paste REtoken, the real estate DAO for the title. And I'll just make the post. I think that's all that we need. Pretty simple template. Does that look good?
Yeah, it's good.
There we go. REtoken, the real estate DAO. Community request is in. So this is affordable housing is very important. This is one. This is the main community that we're spending time building here, and this is here we go. So go upvote this community request on gm.xyz. So that's exciting, and like I said, we've been looking at a lot of different platforms. We'll be talking more about this. I'm going to do a separate video where we're going to go through the process, probably for Triple Win Foundation and the DAO hack. Let me actually go upvote this because I'm on the REtoken DAO.eth profile right now. I'm going to actually go upvote this on my own profile over here real quick. And here it is. And this is actively being discussed via our, and this is kind of fun here. Check this out. So I'm putting in camp.ret.eth, and this is our username for Blockchain Bootcamp Working Group number 4 Zoom live stream. So there we go. There's my comment. And like when I was talking about this camp.ret.eth, this is the profile that made here for Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. I'll throw this link in the live stream chat here on Discord as well for everybody. So here is the profile, camp.ret.eth for RETCamp. Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate is a monthly event where we showcase the unlimited opportunities that blockchain technology will bring to the real estate industry. A project by REtoken DAO.eth. And the thing that's fabulous about that, you can just click through to that profile, and there is REtoken DAO. And I'm going to follow this profile here myself. So first follower, fabulous. And there is the, and I'm going to get a screenshot of this because as people that have hung out with me on any live stream or watched any of my live streams know that I am a self-professed screenshot junkie, and nobody knows that better than Tyler.
Oh my God, when we merged our Amazon accounts together, I'm getting Amazon memories of screenshots from like 5 years ago. It's crazy pants.
So is anybody else signed up for gm.xyz yet? I know Tyler did because I was bugging her to get the her profile updated. And it seems to have a pretty good, I haven't spent a lot of time on mobile, but when I was looking at it earlier, it seems to have a pretty good mobile experience too, which is absolutely fabulous. Anyway, I think we got a little bit off track because I don't even know if this was on the agenda for tonight, but it was something that was wanting to do and looking forward again to having more and seeing how you all like this community platform. From what I've seen, it's kind of a combination of Reddit and Facebook and Discord. So the opportunity for this to be an important, go ahead, somebody. All right, so keeping along here on our agenda. Let me get back to where we were at. So we're on our working group here tonight. So we talked about tool stack. We talked about, well, I guess I did have gm.xyz on here. So we'll cross that off the list. And we got our community request in for REtoken. And I see some applause in the Zoom chat a few minutes ago from Rosetta. So I'm going to mark some of these off. Tool stack, meetup strategy. So we talked a little bit about Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. And what we're talking about here from a meetup strategy, we've got 3 groups. And let me see how well that we have that on this page. I can't remember if we moved it over here. Let's see. No, I think it's on REtoken where we had the expansion strategy. REtoken new markets expansion. So this is something that we have been working on as far as some steps. And I don't think that we've got all of the steps in here, but the first one is determine the expansion states, and then why expand on a state-by-state basis. So the first group that we would look at launching in a new state, here's like the one for Colorado, and that's a REtoken here. And there is a cost component for each state, and that's one of the things going to look at breaking down on a more granular basis so that we can understand what that looks like. But the meetup group, like for us to launch a REtoken, the real estate DAO in Tennessee, for example, that's a $30 a month obligation that Meetup charges for 6 months in advance. So it's like a $200 deal to launch a new Meetup group. And the other one that we've got besides the REtoken, we have, this is the one that's a very generic Web3 DAOs, NFTs, and metaverse in Colorado. And as you can tell, it's a very crypto forward meetup group, as far just hitting on a lot of the buzzwords in the meetup group title. And you can see here that this is part of the 3-win DAO. The big value proposition of utilizing the Meetup Pro network is that if we want to schedule a network-wide, like a virtual event, we have the opportunity of easily blasting that out to the entire network or selecting the groups that we want that to go to. So it makes it a lot easier to amplify messaging within the Meetup framework. And you can kind of look and see what that looks like. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, the other thing about the Meetup Pro is, besides the network amplification, which is big, is it gives you a lot of credibility when people see that you've got, 5 groups or 10 or 30 or whatever, then people start feeling more confident about every group. So we've been getting members, a lot of our groups from all over the place, a lot of them aren't local. So I think the more local we have, the better our chance will be to do some of these in real life.
Yeah, and what we mean by that is it's really going to be a combination of online events that we're helping to facilitate. Like here, we've got the Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate on our meetup groups. Like here is a book club that we host. So having some of these easy events for people to plug into. And then we would really like to grow this boot camp to a hybrid event format. And what do we mean by hybrid? So that's a combination of online paired with some local stuff and or the metaverse. So the opportunity, to have one or all of those in some type of hybrid event. And we have a little bit of experience with that. Tyler and I participated in a Denver crypto meetup group, one that we're not hosting ourselves, that was hosted in person at a local library here. And I think one of the value propositions about using that venue is, from what I understand, a lot of public libraries will allow you to utilize their event space for free, because that's one of the things that can get a little bit pricey. I was having another conversation with a fellow Web3 and fan of the DAO ecosystem that hosts a local meetup group in Ohio, and they were talking about a couple $100 a month for venue fees. So the opportunity, like with this Denver crypto group, of using the public library, but then it was a hybrid event where he was using like a couple different cameras to capture, and whether it was just a smartphone setup where that was one camera angle, and then he was using a projector up on the screen for the people that were in person at the event, but then for those of us that were participating online, because that night we couldn't find somebody for baby Yonks. So Mrs. Yonks and I were just chilling and participating in this Denver crypto where they were looking at launching their own investment club. So that's like something that I could easily envision us doing in some type of manner with this type of format, and really amplifying that through technology. And one of the things that's very fun that's on our radar, and this is something that Julie participated in for ETH Denver, was Gamer Jibe. And I'm having a conversation with the Gamer Jibe crew tomorrow to see if it makes sense for them to interview me for their upcoming podcast. And we'll be talking more about Gamer Jibe. That could very well be a metaverse play. And I know that Rosetta is actually on a very short list of metaverse agents with Proppy. And do you want to speak about that at all right now, Rosetta?
Well, with the, as you stated, that I'm with Proppy, and Proppy, they've graduated one class of Metaverse certified agents, and they are in the process of taking another group of agents through their certification program. So really looking forward to seeing how we can incorporate what's being taught through Proppy with what we envision in terms of what the goals are through the work that we're doing here.
Yeah, and one of the takeaways that I got from Proppy's Crypto and Real Estate Summit is that the metaverse is very experimental. So what does that mean? It's like use cases and like this whole hybrid event strategy and stuff like that. The big opportunity is for people to really figure out how to deliver value in a way that's easy for people to consume and enjoy consuming that. So that's the big opportunity for creative people to delve into the metaverse, and the opportunity for those that want to position themselves as experts, not only in the metaverse, but like that's the big value proposition that we believe of learning how that this blockchain technology will bring about change. And that's a light way to put it. Disruption, massive disruption is a more extreme way, but the real estate industry is ripe for bringing technology and improving the process to deliver a better experience to multiple people involved with all of the processes involved for conducting real estate transactions here today. So that was kind of a little bit of a long tangent as far as the meetup strategy that we've got. But what is everybody's thoughts? Should we just go ahead and move forward with, we've been talking now about Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. I'm thinking that we should just take this time and actually create the tip check, the soft proposal in Discord for this. So what are your all thoughts?
Can I ask you a question? If it's region based, can Tennessee just have one $30 fee and do Memphis and Nashville all, on different dates?
Absolutely, and that's kind of the vision.
Chattanooga was the other one. Was it Chattanooga or Knoxville?
Yeah. So I met somebody at the Proppy event that is based in Chattanooga, and they've already shown their level of commitment by buying a ticket for Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. So the thoughts are, Amy, is that having just a statewide, and part of the reason for the statewide is that we're looking to register Triple Win Foundation as a foreign nonprofit corporation to provide a little bit of presence within that state, because that's one of the value propositions. Triple Win Foundation is the parent company of REtoken, the real estate DAO, and we will be going through a process of seeking a 501c3 designation for Triple Win Foundation with the IRS. So that's something that we're fully intending on. And that just provides, I think, more credibility to what we're building, but then also the opportunity, if we wanted to create some framework there for people to actually donate into a 501c3 public charity, that would be an opportunity. Now, that is going to be a process. I don't know what the turnaround time is. I think it's anywhere from like 3 to 9 months when you start the process. But the great thing about declaring our intent is if anybody does donate to Triple Win Foundation, and this is, again, we don't have any immediate plans of doing any fundraising as a public benefit nonprofit corporation, but that would be an opportunity that we could do if we so chose. And again, just getting some experience as far as operating legally compliant businesses within those respective states, because we are creating vehicles like through our cooperative housing investment club, where we really want to have a mechanism for helping renters become owners. And that would be so fabulous. I can't wait till we go through that process and we really help somebody that didn't really have a plan for becoming an equitable homeowner. And we can create this dynamic for really helping onboard more people to the world of equitable home ownership with what we're building here. But yeah, absolutely, Amy, to answer your question, the opportunity, and then if it makes sense, like Nashville or Chattanooga or Knoxville, whenever we get enough interest within that bigger statewide group where we see the need, it's like, hey, we've got enough interest, let's split this off. The opportunity for us to easily do that is very much there, but we may find that it doesn't make sense, because the opportunity of having a Chattanooga meetup and then at the same night having a Knoxville meetup or Nashville meetup absolutely exists now. And that's just one of the things that we need, in my opinion, to get great at here in 2022 is asking for feedback from our community, because that's one of the things that we want to get better at, is asking for feedback, incentivizing feedback, and then just amplify that and really provide a mechanism that allows people within our community to be heard. Because I think when people can be heard, that they really appreciate that. So I'm gonna mark that one off the list. But right now, I think the opportunity, and unless somebody says otherwise, I mean, we're only 10 minutes past our second hour here, and I'm thinking right now, I would like to go ahead and create this sesh poll for the state expansion that we've been talking about, and just kind of see what that looks like. And this is something that we can let run. Like right now, we don't have a strong immediate need to ramp up other states, but that's one of the value propositions. Like looking here at our Colorado meetup group, and I can't remember, do you remember when it was that we launched this, Tyler?
The meetup group?
Yeah, the REtoken one.
Yeah, I do actually. It's up for its 6-month renewal, so it was 6 months ago. And then the real estate in Colorado and the Triple Win Foundation, the Web3 Metaverse, whatever, and the Triple Win Foundation were earlier this month. So we're basically on 6 month. 6 months ago is REtoken, and then the other two were launched this month here in March.
Yeah, and to put some numbers behind that, like Tyler said, this one was just launched fairly recently, and we've already got 60 members in that, and that's the huge value proposition that this meetup platform provides. And then like one of the things that we haven't even done well yet is really doing an in-person meetup, and that's one of the things that we'll have a lot better opportunity, I think, here after we get our own housing situation squared away in the next week or so. But anyway, here, this is Sesh, and let me actually go back to the homepage. So this is a bot that we utilize for scheduling the events, and what that looks like over here. This is and hey, shout out to Double D. Thanks for the shout out there on the live stream, Double D. So this is the events channel. This is where on Discord that you can subscribe to our events. And it's a fabulous GUI here for easily creating some events. And this is one of the things besides the events that we use for a poll. Now, my expectation is that when we get our community set up on gm.xyz, we'll incorporate that there also. And then depending on what it looks like over time, we'll make a decision on whether we continue to use Discord and gm.xyz or another platform. Time will tell. But let's go ahead here. This is something that we've been talking about. So we're going to create a poll, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for everybody on the live stream here. So create a poll, and we're going to move this to, we do all of our governance in the voting proposals channel here. And I'm going to do this on generic, and we're going to call this 3-win DAO REtoken DAO Token Town. We'll call this expanding into new markets, states, US states. And this is, so, and the Token Town, that's one of the components here, Token Town. I'm not going to digress on that. So here are the states that we're looking at: Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. Now, this is one that I'm going to allow anybody to add an option. Just if anybody missed it, Atlanta is also very high on the radar. And one of the reasons that Atlanta is high on the radar, again, met somebody in Atlanta. And then also, this is an article that I shared earlier today and this isn't this is a fairly recent article as of February last month. Georgia is becoming the new hotspot for growing crypto in the US, and Bitcoin miners are taking notice. And that's one of the components in Token Town as far as the net positive energy community that we're wanting to build there, that we'll use that for Bitcoin and other crypto mining operations. So anyway, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. Not going to do single vote per user. This is one where people, if they want to select all of them and And then we're going to put an end time on this of, let's look at the calendar here real quick. So let's go ahead, Tyler.
Are you putting the cost on this poll? That's one, I mean, it's not a huge cost, but I don't want people to be like, sure, go to all of them, and then realizing that we're spending, $500 or $1,000 or whatever. So I just
and that's where we can update the description, and like going back to this, and this is something that still need to have a better breakdown of. My thoughts are, first is to create the REtoken DAO meetup group, and that's again $30 per meetup group. So like for us to launch all 3 of these in this second step here, and I'll include a reference in this poll here. Here, let's do how much does it cost to expand into a new market? So one of the things that we're expecting is that this Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate, we're expecting this to be a profit center for these meetup groups. And this is one of the opportunities for those people that want to be position yourself as a professional, the opportunity to be a leader for one of these local meetup groups. So if you're watching this later and you're like, yes, I would love to be a local leader, reach out to myself or Mrs. Yonks, and we'll have the conversation. Feel free to grab, I already linked my cal.com/Yonks earlier. And that's something that we can talk about, because we're very confident of what we're creating here with this Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. At the end of the day, it really only takes 1 or 2 ticket sales a month to come in from one of these meetup groups in order for that meetup group to be a profitable dynamic. Now, that being said, there is the possibility for costs associated with the local venue and stuff like that. I don't want to go into those details, because my expectation is that we can deliver a virtual event like we've been doing and continue to build, and then allow the local meetup organizers to have those conversations. Because again, we're really expecting, and we're working on creating an affiliate program with this Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate that allows people that want to, again, position themselves, show some leadership interest, roll up their sleeves, do a little bit of work, and contribute here for it to be a profit center for those people. So real quick on the end time, one of the things that we normally do when we're scheduling a vote like this on Wednesday, the reason that I picked Wednesday, today's Tuesday, March the 22nd. So Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, that'll give us three additional opportunities. We've got our community call on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We have our working group on Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And then we'll have one more opportunity on the following week community call for anybody to ask questions about that. And that's kind of the workflow that we have created here from a DAO governance standpoint, as we really want to give people the opportunity to be heard, voice some objections before we go through the process of making it official. And when we say making it official, we do our governance on snapshot.org. And this will be a good segue, because we spoke a little bit about this earlier, and I'm going to grab my MetaMask password here real quick. Side note, best practices, we do utilize ourselves LastPass, and that is a great tool for keeping track of passwords, and it's much more secure than using the same password over and over. That's another conversation for another day. Just wanted to talk about that, since I was pulling in a password for MetaMask here on my own browser. So this is a proposal that just recently we went through, and we did get our REtoken DAO LLC bank account opened up earlier today during our office hours. So this is what it looks like after it goes through the temperature check process here. And the reason that we do this is that this is a mechanism where we can listen to our community, because if everybody's like, nope, we don't want this, then it doesn't really make sense to spend the effort to put a well-written proposal together to formalize here if everybody through the temp check process is like, nope, not going to do that, if that makes sense. So let's see, how much does it cost to expand into a new market? And we're going to just put first meetup.com group for REtoken DAO equals $30 a month with 6 months upfront cost. So around 180 bucks, right? We'll put another question in here. What are the steps for expanding into a new market? And is there anything else that I need besides these two? See this Notion page. Think that's good, Tyler?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. So Tennessee, Texas, and Florida, and again, Texas and Florida are both great spots for blockchain. I was in Austin not once but twice. Not going to talk about Florida. Already looking at going potentially to another conference in Florida coming up in May, but time will tell on that if that happens. So this looks good. Allow anyone to add a poll option, and let me actually add this too. If you would like to see a new USA state, please add that as an option. So if you are interested in being a local leader in your state, please reach out to Yonks or Mrs. Yonks. All right. And create poll in voting proposals. So let's actually take a look and see what that looks like over here on Discord. So over here in voting proposals, so it creates a nice little poll, and let me make this a little bit bigger for the live stream audience. And this is actually one that I'm going to do a screenshot on and tweet about. There's several people that I have been communicating with in Miami. As you could probably imagine, there was a lot of people from Miami at the Proppy Crypto and Real Estate Summit that I was just at here fairly recently, and I did make quite a few connections there. So this is something that I've been telling people there to be watching for, is because like if you've got a framework to plug in locally, it makes it a lot easier and adds a lot more credibility, especially as we're looking to ramp up this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. And we are expecting this to be a profitable revenue stream for REtoken, the real estate DAO. So there are some other costs associated with expanding into a new market, one of which, and this is something that we're looking at putting some framework in place, like the investment club. And again, we're expecting each of these meetup groups that we're doing to be a profitable dynamic. And that's one of the things that we're working on, putting in some affiliate marketing framework for. And that's one of the reasons that we are prioritizing looking at a tool like ClickFunnels, so that we can really have the best tool in place. Because when we are generating a bunch of ticket sales, the last thing that we want to do is be spending a lot of time from an accounting standpoint as far as who gets credit for the affiliate sale. Because I also have a high degree of respect when it comes to people's money. You don't want to mess with people's money. So does anybody have any questions? This is really exciting. This is the first time that we've actually put forward a proposal to do some sort of expansion outside of these initial Colorado markets.
My battery is at 10%, so if I clock out, then you know the reason. But yeah, I'm really excited, looking forward to getting it done and participating, and just a little bit more on the logistics, but that's not something we cannot tackle.
Well, and those conversations will be an ongoing work in progress as far as the logistics, and this is something that we're all learning here together. And you know, even working in a DAO framework like this is something that we're all learning together. And this would be actually a good segue to digress, since we're talking about like working collaboratively. I'm going to go ahead and vote on this. I'm all for expanding into all of these. So I'm going to just click on all three of these myself, and you can see you can easily add multiple ones. And I'm going to reach out to some people there to see how strong the interest is for Georgia. But if I had to add one more to the list right now, it would definitely be Georgia. Another one that's also very high on the list besides Georgia is Ohio. So depending on how things look in April, maybe we pipeline Georgia and Ohio, and depending on what the interest is of people that we send through this Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. Again, one of the things that we need to be better about is asking for feedback. I mean, like, right now, we have over 300 people in the Discord, and we haven't had any solid mechanism of asking for feedback. And I know that Tyler has done some things as far as reaching out to people ad hoc, and expanding into some additional markets will really expand the opportunity, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that probably have zero interest of Colorado. And then Chicago area. I mean, Mrs. Yonks and I already have a rental property in Chicagoland. So if we see some leadership in the Windy City up there, we would love to hear from some people. But you know, that's another. There's like 10 or 12 million people in the Chicago greater market there. So anyway, let's see what we've got on the live stream. So on the snapshot double D, it's not actually a snapshot, and I'd be interested to hear, Ernest, if you've got some deets on the NFT conference. If you're still watching, I'd love to hear about that. And that's one of the things too. If there's any conferences that show up on people's radar, and let me actually pull this one up, because this is the one that I was just talking about a little bit earlier, is permissionless. And let's see. Permissionless conference, and I think it's in Palm Beach. But this is one that I had a great conversation with somebody here. Let's see, Permissionless 2022. And I don't know what this website is, but it's cryptoevents.global. It showed up fairly high on the list there. This isn't the actual homepage for permissionless, but that's May 17th to the 19th. And that was one that I think Bankless DAO is a sponsor of, or is going to be participating in. But anyway, take a look at that one. That's one that's on my radar. And yeah, I spoke to somebody else from Bankless on Discord the other day that's going as well, Ernest. But anyway, as always, if you all hear of some conferences that are worth attending, definitely put that out to everybody. But this is what I was going to show here real quick, was a DWork bounty. DWork.xyz is a bounty board that we have begun using. There's a link, and here's a link to the Triple Win Foundation, and let me just copy and paste that in there. And we have one for REtoken, and I'll open this here. Oh, and here's the one, since this is, and Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate is a sub-project, and we haven't spoken that much about our tokenomics here tonight, but one of the fun things that we're doing about this Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate is it is a tokenized product. And we did create a snapshot for that. And this is one of the things that we're going to have some tokenomics surrounding. But I wanted to show everybody real quick was a bounty that I created and sent a tweet on about, but it's this article of the day. And this is an idea. And this is one of the things that I'm going to encourage all of you to do too, is any type of idea that we can bring forward to increase the consistency of our content. So this is kind of like, hey, let's find an article of the day. And I'm just going to read this overview. We're looking for a new article that we will send out via a daily tweet. Ideally, this should be a new relevant article for blockchain plus real estate. Add the link to the submission section. This tweet article will likely be added to a weekly curated blog post. So this was an example that I sent out a week or two ago. And this is a submission that we had from somebody that just came in earlier today. And I actually shared this because this mentions Proppy. We talked a little bit about Proppy, and this talks about the Proppy deal that recently occurred in Gulfport. And I'll provide that link in the chat. Here is the Proppy link that we're talking about and the task. Let me provide that as well here. But this is a daily bounty that provides whomever the opportunity to contribute. And this is one, we've got a pretty decent, 25 REtoken for something that should be fairly simple. And again, this is something that FinOps provided. And then I added a subtask for sending out a tweet on this. And let me show you the details of the subtask. So here's a tweet that I sent out, and this is one that I felt a 10 REtoken bounty was fair. So this is one I sent out a tweet, had a nice little screenshot of the bounty there, because again, promoting the opportunity for people to contribute to our content. And then I also retweeted it on the REtoken DAO Twitter account and gave a little plug for our Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. Because again, the opportunity of somebody seeing this and be like, man, that sounds amazing. And then buying a ticket, you never know. We're already up to 366 followers here on Twitter, and we're just barely getting started. Super excited about this Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. But that was kind of a tangent. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts as far as this article of the day, or some ideas on something similar that we could do? Go ahead.
On the bounty board, if you already tweet, don't click done so we can retweet also. Because once you click it done, I think we can't go in and do the bounty anymore. So
are you talking about the Twitter button down here? The share on Twitter?
Yeah, like the retweeting and coordinating it with the bounty. Because I looked at some of the bounty and most of it is done, and so I couldn't participate anymore.
And we'll take a look, because I was looking at some of these others that are in the paid column. I'll be talking about this briefly at the community call tomorrow. I was actually going to do the payout on this. I just wanted to kind of bring that forward here as just providing you all some more opportunity to think about that and continue to be thinking about that, because I think that this is an absolutely fabulous way that we can provide a mechanism for the world at large to contribute to our project and just provide more opportunities for people to help us create what we're doing here. And I would really like to add some feedback mechanisms. I don't know what that'll look like right now. And that's just something that planting some seeds of thought, if you will, as far as how that we can use this to get better at getting feedback too. We'll have more conversations about that. But any other thoughts on the bounty board right now before we go on to our next agenda item? So are you able to talk about this budget item here, Tyler?
Well, I put that on there for a couple of reasons. One was I wanted to just let everybody know we're going to be making a proposal to what we want to spend moving forward. So there are things that we can save money on, like if we get a and some of this is not we'll have Notion on annual, the meetups and just different things. So I just wanted to just kind of let everybody know that once we do now that we've got bank accounts and we're able to pay bills in fiat, that's what we want to do. We also want to figure out some way of having, and I don't know if we need to do this every week, but at least once a month, we want to just pull up a bank statement on a live stream and tell everybody where money's going and what's going on for transparency. And I mean, or we could do it more often than that, whatever. But really just wanted to make sure that everybody feels like we're on the same page about money. So I know people will put up snapshots and people don't always vote on them. And this is going to be one that we're proposing is going to be pretty important because everybody worked really hard to win the hackathon that funded the original, and everybody I know has been working hard to promote the boot camp, and that's going to be the next source of money in. So just want to be responsible with how we're spending it and transparent about it. So just want to let everybody know that's coming. And if anybody has ideas on specific things they do or don't want to spend money on, we'll do that as a temp check and then we'll make it into a formal. So that's why that's on there.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot easier to have conversations regarding a budget when we see what the revenue will be. So those conversations will be a lot easier to have. And that being said, one of the things that we do have in place, and this is a tool that we have used before, and it's a tool that we're using here for Blockchain Bootcamp, is Coordinape. And this is one of the things that we can potentially allocate in the contributions. And let me link this up for everybody. And I'm not going to go into details. We've got quite a bit of content about Coordinape on our channels, but we do have a circle that just created, and that was actually one of the bounties over here on RETCamp that I actually created, since this is the working group for Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate, was setting up the Coordinape circle for RETCamp with Discord and DWork integrations. So one of the things that I didn't even know that existed, and I don't know what that really means as far as the DWork and Coordinape integration, but going over here to the admin for our circle and the settings here, see right here where it's got connect to DWork, and you can see here where REtoken, the real estate DAO on DWork, is integrated. And again, I don't know what that means because DWork is very new and this is the first time that have seen that, but we do have, and looking over here in Discord, we do have a category for RETCamp, and the coordinate messages for this circle are going into this channel. And you can see here that the bot has shared some things, and I did a little bit of allocations, and what that looks like over here on my allocate. I did a very simple epic statement. The main thing that I'm working on right now is developing the affiliate and webinar marketing strategy for RETCamp. We talked a little bit about that, ClickFunnels, the tool that we actually just signed up for the free trial period earlier tonight. So here's who we've got in the initial circles, and that's based upon people that have been most actively contributing. This is now our 4th working group. If somebody that's actively planning on contributing to building Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate, now keep in mind, Coordinape, this is something that we're going to be doing to track all the stuff that happens outside of a working group. So that's all the little things that happen. And there's a lot of little things that Mrs. Yonks and I are doing behind the scenes for building this. One of the things that's fabulous we believe anyway, about this affiliate program is that you don't have to actually participate in the building of the boot camp to monetarily benefit. If you believe in the product and then you're able to refer some people that this would be a good fit for, then you're able to participate from the sale of the ticket for Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. So if there's any questions on Coordinape, hit myself or Mrs. Yonks up offline. We're going to be running a weekly epic statement. I haven't even had time to do some very preliminary tokenomics, and I will briefly digress and take a look over here at the tokenomics for Blockchain Bootcamp. This is something that we did mention, that we do have the token representing specifically this product. And one of the things that we agreed very early on in this project was we're doing 374 million tokens. We've got a little decision tree. You can look at that. Here is the link. I'll throw that in the live stream for everybody. DWork plus Coordinape, and that's one of the things, plus an affiliate program. So we're very, very excited about this Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. We're still not sure what it'll look like as far as the DWork, but we do love doing bounties. And again, here is the link for tokenomics, and this is still a very work in progress for RETCamp. But we have outlined in our tokenomics 40 seasons here, and breaking that down. And this is something that we did similarly in Token Summit, was an 80-20 dynamic. And so the first 40 seasons, and I think that I still need to update this because wanted to just do season 1. So right now, this is officially the first week of season 1, which corresponds here to Epic 1, and this will be like season 1, and I believe that we'll have 4 weeks here because we are maybe 5. Let me actually take a look here at the calendar real quick. So big fan of using week numbers. So week 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So what is that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 5 weeks. I had to count on my fingers there. So we'll have 5 epics for season 1. And taking a look over here again, I'm going to spend some more time, but one of the things that we really felt is putting some heavier weighting here on the first season, because that's where most of the framework we anticipate will be built. And then we have a tiered decreasing as we go down on the seasons. But we really believe that this is something that can be an absolutely fabulous revenue stream for our business. And it does have global scale, because we're not just building here in the US. This is something that we can amplify. Real estate is a global opportunity. And for people that really have a solid understanding of the opportunity, we're in a consensus that it's a really unlimited opportunity. We're not sure how long it will be unlimited. It might be perpetually unlimited, but who knows? Anyway, I'm going to stop there. And does anybody have any thoughts or concerns or questions about like the affiliate program or the, and I don't think that this has really been updated, but I don't think it's been changed too much. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking for now.
This is good. We are starting to get better with the webinars, and the first one to refine the process of that. So if any of you guys want to start doing your own webinars, hosting them, or feedback on that, that would be great. We are hoping to make webinars a core part of our affiliate strategy that we want to do. And if you guys want to develop your own on that, we would love to help you with whatever you need.
And again, this is something that we'll be learning with you all, sharing with you all. We very much build in public, because like one of the things that we've roadmapped here, and I'm gonna go back to this real quick, is our own goals for this blockchain bootcamp. And one of the things that I was telling Tyler is it would be great if we could help other people do great with our affiliate program. So like looking here at this first season, or this, and this is our goal for 2022, and this is assuming an average affiliate revenue of $30 per ticket. And we did a very simple thing here where we took the date, month and day, and then we just did a calculation here. And this is our goal for affiliate revenue with this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. And we have no idea if we're going to hit this. We'll have a lot better understanding once we develop our webinar marketing strategy. But we would really love to make this where somebody could follow a very simple dynamic. And we do want to create a framework where if you send somebody to the webinar that you're doing, that you're still be benefiting on that. And this will be very much a working. Go ahead.
Hi, Jason.
Yeah, go ahead, Amy.
Had a thought. What if we create a QR code, put it in stickers, and share it with the real estate companies in the area, and all they do is click it, and whatever is the webinar for that month, or not the boot camp for that month, they can register. It's just a thought, a marketing thought.
Yeah, and that's one that we're going to be like having the opportunity of sharing through various channels of what people are doing. Like one of the things that I've got on my radar to attend tomorrow is, or it's actually on Thursday, is an affordable housing meetup, or it's not really a meetup, and I can't even remember what a good way to describe it, but it's affordable housing here in Colorado, and it's let me see if I can find the event. It's a labeled as a young professionals networking, and here's what the event is right here. So right now there's like 18 people who have registered, and I need to hurry up and register because they closed the registration here. And this is, again, affordable housing. We already spoke about our community request for affordable housing. We have this investment club where we're looking to help renters become owners. We really believe that cooperative housing is because unfortunately a lot of these affordable housing conversations are just talking about rent. They're not really creating an equitable situation for people. So, and this is one of the things, I don't know if this will result in any ticket sales, but I'll definitely be intentional about connecting with people because we are absolutely creating solutions for affordable housing with what we're building here. So the better that we can share what's working or not working as far as the conversations related to this, the better off that we'll be, because we've got some ideas around digital marketing that we're deploying with this webinar marketing strategy, but that's a very different strategy than connecting with people in person. But we don't have a whole lot of time. We spoke a little bit about the budget there. Are we good crossing that one off the list here, Tyler?
Yeah, it's fine.
So one of the other thoughts, we spoke a little bit earlier about the Bluevine checking account, with how easy it was that we open up, or that we or to open up a REtoken account. The thoughts of opening up an account specifically for Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate was a thought and consideration, because we've also got on our roadmap developing our certificate program. And from an accounting standpoint, the more, and I don't know if it will provide any benefit of having separate accounts, but with how easy as it was, to create some separate accounts, because we're going to have separate crypto accounts for the facilitation of all this, because creating a separate crypto account is very easy. And that's one of the things that I was very surprised with, how easy it was to create this business checking account. So right now, if I had to vote, I would actually vote and say, hey, let's create a separate business checking account specifically for Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. That's kind of my thoughts, and just kind of putting that out there. It's not a decision. We'll bring it up again at our community call tomorrow. And this is something that I don't necessarily think that we need to send through another proposal. We already sent a proposal through that everybody voted on. This would functionally just be a sub account in the existing REtoken DAO LLC account. But I'm going to stop talking and hear some thoughts on that. And if there's not any, we'll carry on.
I think it'd be good to start tracking that separate if it doesn't cost anything.
That's my expectation. And then if it did cost something, then that would be something that we could weigh in. But there was definitely no cost to open up the account. And, you know, that is definitely something banks, as you know, Tyler, regularly change their policies regarding fees and whatnot. But it was a great experience with Blue Vine opening the account earlier today, as it was when we opened the account for Triple Win Foundation. And it was even easier today. So, and it may even be easier to open up the sub account, because then it might just be clicking a button, because I actually had to create the online profile and put in some additional details. So creating a sub account may be just like clicking a button or something. But anyway, that's my vote. We've got here this last to do of the slides and presentation. So what do you want to talk about on this here, Tyler?
I mostly just wanted to see if we wanted to share the deck. It looks pretty different from when we had gone over it on that working group where you were at the bank, but that was mostly just if people are interested in what we're presenting or not. It's kind of up to the group.
So my thoughts are, with where we're at and looking here at our calendar for Triple Win Foundation, we have a webinar scheduled for 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Now, if somebody wanted to register for this webinar tomorrow, is that something that we're set up to kick people to right now?
No, I'm gonna have to get that set up. I got behind on that.
Okay, so and that's the big opportunity why we're really prioritizing ClickFunnels, because we really need to make a decision as far as what platform, and really it's ClickFunnels or ActiveCampaign. And as you probably noticed, I'm much more biased towards ClickFunnels, because I think the value proposition is also connecting with other marketing leaders that are great at creating sales funnels online. But
the other
ahead, Tyler.
the other thing is, you were talking about Big Marker instead of Hopin for some of these webinars. Do you want to talk about that?
You know, right now I'm kind of at the point, and this was again something that was just an update that ReStream, and ReStream, for those that may or may not know, is the tool that we use. And I'll just open an incognito window right here. Restream.io is the tool that we are utilizing for facilitating the live stream right now. And they just had an update that allows us to stream into our own page, because this is some feedback that I provided Tyler. Was Hopin, when she was doing the webinar, wasn't geared for easily converting webinar participants into a sale. Because what would have to happen if they wanted to click on a buy and just having a landing page, because it might not take the full 20 or 30 minutes for somebody to make a buying decision. They might see a piece of information and say, okay, well, I'm ready to buy. And just making it easy with a buy button on that page where they could go click and complete the transaction is a reduction of the barrier of entry for the buying process. So the better that we can do as far as making it easier for people to say yes and buy our ticket for Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate, the easier it awful will be as far as converting webinar participants into ticketed event holders for Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. So that's the main thing that we're working on here through the end of March, is to really get our webinar marketing strategy dialed in. Because I've regularly been saying, if you can take $1 and put that towards paid advertising, and then when you generate sales through that marketing effort, that kicks back $2 of revenue. How many dollars will you put towards paid advertising? As many as you can, because that's when you have created a marketing machine. $1 in, $2 out, and who knows what those numbers will be with what we create here. That's one of the things that we're really wanting to take a look at from a marketing strategy and put in place with what we're building right now with the framework for this Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. So we'll be sharing all of the process, bringing you all along with the journey, because our goal, or one of our goals, is to, for those people that really want to get on board, with the affiliate marketing. And that's just one of the things, like Amy was talking about, a very in-person type of dynamic. One of the things that I was talking to Tyler about is incorporating a research aspect, because and this is something that I think even bubbled up, and it's been a minute since I've looked at this, but I was wanting to take a look over here at where, I can't remember where this was at, but it was, this passive income quest. And this is something that was on the radar quite a while ago, but this is something that I even thought about dusting off here as far as like a component of our ambassador program, because the opportunity to potentially fulfill some research surrounding professionals, real estate professionals, or whatever in the space, combine that with some workflow where you're fulfilling a research objective, but then having the opportunity for that person that was the research to say, hey, by the way, we're doing this Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. If you're interested, here's the information on that. But that's just me talking out loud here. We've got 5 minutes left. This is the time during our working group and our live stream where we really make sure that we captured all of the decisions and next actions. So what do we have anything that we need to capture on the decisions or the next actions? I guess we could say on the next actions are, we are currently, and I'll bring this over here, I'll just, we signed up for a ClickFunnels 14-day trial account. And this is to fulfill our webinar / affiliate marketing strategy for RETCamp. So that was something that we did, and that was actually a decision. I'm going to move that up here to decisions. What else did we have on here? Next actions is get the webinar for Wednesday, get the RETCamp webinar scheduled and coordinated for Wednesday. And I think that we put that on the event calendar, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we, Tyler?
I'm not sure if we did or not. I would like to get the sesh recurring, and I don't know if there's a way that we can do the recurring meetups and recurring other stuff. I would I just want to get better at getting all the stuff on the calendar in advance.
Yeah, and let me actually do that here as a next action. Discuss upgrading Discord bots Me6 plus Sesh for additional functionality. And this is something that we need to have more conversations about, discuss on upcoming community call. And I'm actually just going to add this as an agenda item right now to our meeting notes, because I did get the agenda created. And this is, again, one of the things that we're trying to get better at, is getting all this stuff done ahead of the time. So discuss upgrading Discord bots V6 and Sesh for additional functionality. Okay, so I've got that on the agenda. So I can check this off right now. And what else do we have on here? Was that it?
Yeah, I think so.
So do you want to take a look at the calendar? Because one thing that I would like to do too is get our working group for next week scheduled. I really like this Tuesday time frame. Do you want to just put this, duplicate it for next week?
Yeah, if that's good for everybody else.
Well, we had it on Tuesday last week, and then I think that's when we were on, I think the week before, but last week we had it on Tuesday. Let's just duplicate this again, because the better that we can, or the more refined that we get this will change everything. We get a solid revenue stream here at REtoken that will create an entirely different vibe within what we're building here, and then it will provide a lot of momentum and all of that. So and I'm going to just add this here: Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate. So that'll be on the calendar next Tuesday the 29th. And let me just go ahead and do that session event here real quick too.
Is it possible?
Go ahead, Rosetta.
Is it possible to meet an hour later? Is that too late for
So you want to
everyone
start
else?
at 7 Central?
The challenge with that, Rosetta, is that we do have some other people that have a hard stop at 8 Eastern time. So
what
that would go
can
ahead.
we push it? Can we push it back an hour and cap it at an hour?
Oh, that would be great. I typically work with clients who get off work, and it's I know I just love to be involved in this, but
Yeah.
I understand with the replays I can always go back.
Why don't we do this this next week? Why don't we move this one? Let's make it an hour and put it on the tail end of our community call. Does that sound like a good compromise there for everybody?
Yeah, that's fine. Rosetta, does that give you, so that'd be Wednesday, but then it would be the time that you wanted. Would that work?
Yes, that would be great.
And then that way, that's one less evening. And one of the things that we'll get on here too, besides the and we're really trying to get the framework for the webinar dialed in, because when we do that, we're really going to ramp up our webinar frequency and get that much more regularly scheduled. The other thing besides the webinars that I would really like us to be thinking about is some social audio. That's something that we have a strong presence when we do commit to doing those. And I think the opportunity to yield results, especially if we're able to direct people to sign up for a webinar during that, I think will be very solid. So let's talk about that on our community call tomorrow night, and then potentially on our working group. I'd really like for us between now and tomorrow night, our community call, to think about what or when here this next week we could get some Twitter Spaces and or Clubhouse scheduled. But this is, again, one of the things that we're working on getting better at, is getting the events on the calendar so that everybody can subscribe to those and be prepared for contributing. But anyway, the other thing too, Coordinape, for people that are planning on actively contributing, remember to do your give allocations, and we'll be talking about that here later this week as well. But any final thoughts before we call it a wrap here tonight?
Yes, you can disregard my request. On Wednesdays with the Bible study, so just leave everything that works for everyone else. Just disregard my request. Sorry about that. So Wednesdays I do have the Bible study, so that's okay.
Well, we'll take that offline, and I'll actually just take this off the calendar here for right now, and we'll talk about that on the community call.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We love your participation, but it sounds like that there's a baby that needs some attention here in the background, and it's 3 minutes over our working group here tonight. It was great hanging out with everybody, and we are very, very excited about Blockchain Bootcamp for real estate coming up here on April the 23rd. All right, everybody have a great night, and we'll have a community call tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Great. Thank you so much. You all do such a great job.
Well, thank you, Rosetta. It's wonderful people such as yourself that keep on showing up and contributing, and we see you getting better and better at positioning yourself as a crypto real estate expert, and looking forward to flipping the switch for Tennessee. That was one of the things that we accomplished tonight, was we finally put the vote to move that forward, and then having success with our webinars will make it a lot easier for everybody to say yes for that sort of thing as well.
Indeed. Thanks so much. Looking forward to it. Amen. I can't wait.
Indeed. Well, have a good night, Rosetta, and we'll catch up with everybody on the next live stream here.